So Assassin's Creed Shadows to me has got to be the #1 game of when it has come to the amount of controversy that has come out about something before it's even released. Like, we've had a lot of games in the past that when it comes out, it sparks a lot of controversy because of either its violence or certain content containing within the game. But when it comes to a game not even being out yet, the amount of backlash that Assassin's Creed Shadows has got has been exceptional. I mean, from the moment that Yasuke was announced to be in the game, people have been extremely critical of this game. And I mean, I think rightfully so as well, especially when someone like Yasuke, who, yes, they are an actual historical figure, but the fact is that there's not really much information on this person whatsoever. And a lot of the time, when it's come to this push for the game, they've kind of like made it out as though Yasuke is like, yes, this is who he was this person, he was like this samurai, he was this famous person. And then also, to me, it doesn't make sense as well, where it's an Assassin's Creed game where every single other release, it's always been one protagonist, one playable character, and they were like an assassin. Where in this game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, there's now 2 protagonists, and one of them being Yasuke can't even do the iconic assassin dive into a hay bale. That is one of the most iconic things in Assassin. It's literally called Assassin's Creed, and he can't do one of the most iconic things, and he can't even stealth. It's meant to be a stealth game, yet one of the protagonists isn't a stealth character. So already, to me, it's just like, it already has enough controversy about if Yasuke existed. Then it's just like, what's the point of him being in the game if he's not even necessarily an assassin-like character, where every other game has been the exact same, where in terms of like, you know, the way the protagonist comes out. And a lot of people are very critical of when it comes to Valhalla and them leaning more into the action combat side of things, then going back to it being a stealth game. But now, with its release pretty much being out, I mean, by the time you're watching this video, it's highly likely that the game is coming out, because I'm literally recording this probably a few hours before the game's actually released, is that there is more controversy since the game has come out. And that has got to do with sexual relationships in the game. That's right, there is romantic options in an Assassin's Creed game, which to me already sparks a lot of questioning, because this has never really been much of a forefront in previous Assassin's Creed Assassin's Creed games. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I've only played the 4 original, well, including like Brotherhood and Revelations as well, but all the way up to Black Flag, I have played. And when it comes to like sexual options, it's never been a thing. It never has been. But in this game, it is. And they decided to add a non-binary character into the game who is a man, to which Yasuke can have a sexual relationship with.
I do not think I have ever seen you quite so tongue-tied.
Not yet, at least. I hope you aren't easily chilled. Do you think someone might see us?
Maybe.
Do you care?
Not at all.
When it comes to homosexuality within feudal Japan, I checked this on Google, and I did ask ChatGPT as well, just to like kind of like check it and for it to source the web a little bit more. And I did find that when it came to feudal Japan, homosexuality actually was like a tolerated thing. And supposedly it was like celebrated to a certain extent. I also did see some artwork, because if you don't know, when it comes to, you know, a lot of historical Japan, they were like the first people to ever make actual corn. Like legit, you can find hentai from feudal Japan, and some of them does display homosexuality. And to be honest, like when it comes to that, I'm just like, I don't care. But 2 things. 1, why non-binary? Non-binary is only a thing that has existed since the early that's when it emerged in the early 2000s. This was never a thing back in feudal Japan. The only other cultures that have had like a third gender is Indian culture. Well, I can't remember what it's named, and also Native American culture as well, where I don't think it's more of like a gender, it's more of like a spirituality thing. But in terms of the word non-binary and people identifying as non-binary, this wasn't a thing in feudal Japan. Why are you adding this in? And then also, to me, I'm just like, this isn't Baldur's Gate. Why is it that we always, in every single game, there needs to be a romantic option? Why is it that every developer these days is just like, I need the characters to bang. I need them to fuck. I need to make the characters fuck somehow in this game, and I need to make sure that it's gay as well. Like, to me, it's just like, you can add it in some games. Some games it makes sense. Baldur's Gate, it's just like, yeah, it's about the companionship and it's about the relationships that you have between each companion within that game. Where Assassin's Creed, it's just like, it's never made sense. It's about assassins versus the Templars. That's what Assassin's Creed has been this whole time. What's the point of adding this? And there's also been controversy surrounding respecting Japanese culture as well, of when it comes to, this was revealed actually last month, but it hasn't really made its ways around until just recently, like with its release right around the corner, or right now, is that in Assassin's Creed Shadows, it has been revealed that players will be looting the tomb of an ancestor of the Emperor. That's right, you can loot the tomb of an ancestor of the Emperor that is currently related to the current imperial family. So just like England has the royal family, Japan still has their royal family as well. It works pretty much, well, not pretty much, but it works similarly to how it does in England, where, you know, they have the royal family, but then they have their prime ministers and presidents and all that kind of stuff. Exact same, pretty much the exact same of how it works in terms of that structure. And you can go ahead and loot the tombs of that. And not only can you loot the tombs, but Yasuke within this game actually has an affair with Oichi, who is Nobunaga, who is his boss, has an affair with his sister Oichi, who is related to the Japanese imperial family. And this has gotten so out of hand and has been so disrespectful towards the Japanese culture that they actually spoke about this within the government of Japan. That's right, in the house. They spoke about this. Now, I can't find the original video, but there is this YouTuber. He is a Japanese person, and he has been covering the way that Assassin's Creed has been disrespecting Japanese culture through many realms. And they also mention, and he talks about it in his video, and I'm not going to show his whole entire thing. I'm just going to put clips up probably while I'm speaking over it, is that you can destroy certain shrines within Assassin's Creed as well, which is seen as disrespectful towards the Japanese people. And I highly recommend watching his video on this. I'll probably link it down below, and watching his channel when it comes to him speaking as a Japanese person about Assassin's Creed Shadows. And that is the reason why it has sparked a lot of controversy, is because Ubisoft, the people that are developing this game, are a French development company. They are representing in this game Japanese culture, and when it comes to Japan, they are very, very, very proud of their culture, and they are fine with you representing their culture as long as you do it respectfully. But they do not like when you disrespect anything that has got to do with their heritage, whether it's from feudal Japan or modern day Japan. And I think that if they don't like the way that their culture is being represented, they have every right to come out and be mad about this. Now, you yourself, you could say that, oh, I don't care what these people in Japan are saying. And that's fine. You can say that you think that these people are stupid and that it's just a game, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, can you really tell these people that the way that their culture is being represented in a game like Assassin's Creed Shadows? And Assassin's Creed, like, yes, obviously Assassin's Creed now is seen as a bit of a joke, but if you look at the history of Assassin's Creed up until Black Flag, it's known as one of the best video game, like, sagas. Like, it really was. Assassin's Creed 1, kind of a little bit mid if you go back to it now. Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelation, the whole Ezio story was amazing. Assassin's Creed 3, it's still pretty decent, but not as good as, like, you know, I'd say Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood. But, like, damn, those first games up until Black Flag were amazing. Absolutely fucking amazing. And they still hold up to today. So when your culture is getting represented by this French company who is just a whole bunch of white people, I think that they have every right to be annoyed by this and be outraged by how their culture is being used to promote this game. It is. It really is. It's highly disrespectful. And you know what? It sucks to see the way that Assassin's Creed has kind of dipped, but Ubisoft is a shell of itself of what it used to be. And honestly, like, if Ubisoft goes under, I won't be mad. I will not be mad whatsoever. I kind of want them to, because I really want Tencent to buy them out, because I feel like if Tencent do buy out Ubisoft, we might actually get some good games out of them. But I would definitely like to hear what you guys think about all this down below. That's going to be it from me. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.